the truthful, and the most just. Salam alaikum. We are thankful to Allah for allowing us to meet with you once again for prayer service. To just reiterate to you the importance of the keeping up of prayer. Um, Brother Derek, you all can be looking for another package today. Um, I want to uh, to be thankful. And the only way to be thankful, the only way that will ensure that you are thankful to Allah for His, remember Allah's blessings that He gives. People become ungrateful because they forget what was done for them. You understand? And so the when I was in church, why does that thing keep changing from light to dark on there? What is that? Anyway, the when I was in church, they had a song that says, "Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, and see what God has done." That I never forget the bulk of what Allah has blessed us with all around us. It's amazing to me how these people, white people and others, but especially the rulers, they started off in log cabins and now they have metropolises, concrete structures, paved roads, airplanes, automobiles, electric ovens, uh, electric lights, telephones, radios, televisions. And while they was accumulating these things, they at least went through the semblance of respecting Almighty God. Huh? But now they openly lie. They perpetuate lies. They ignore truth. They ignore the standards of civilized behavior. Scientists won wars for them. Okay. Scientists help them put polio behind them. Scientists help them put even cancer used to be a death sentence. Now cancer is becoming more and more a treatable illness. Huh? Scientists. Remember, the reason you become ungrateful is because you forget what was done for you. Huh? And when people become ungrateful, it's just like children that go mouthing back off at their parents. You know, you ain't never gonna have no good luck doing that. Never. Because when you couldn't take care of yourself, who took care of you? Huh? Your parents did. When it's just like me. When I got to the point where I felt that I could talk back, I left. You understand? I wasn't gonna stay around there talking to my mother and my daddy like I was their equal. Huh? I was stupid, but I wasn't that stupid. So I didn't burn that bridge. When they put me out of the house, it wasn't because I was talking back. It was because they was afraid of what I was believing in, and they told me you can't stay here believing like that, Mark. You know, but it was a very peaceful parting of us. I just, I knew that I had that they was afraid, so I went on. But there were no love lost. So I'm telling you, you are you and me, all of you, all that's with me. I told you, I let you hear the messenger tell you that before they could kill 300 Muslims, Allah said He'd kill all of them. Huh? So, I mean, being afraid to accept a vaccination because you think it'll kill you. If it killed 300 of us and get rid of all of them, I'd be glad. I'll take the poison. My people would be free. Wouldn't have to be dealing with devils no more. Yeah, I'll take it. The messenger said, if 1 million of us throw ourselves into the fire and the other 39 million go free, it would be well. Uh-huh. Let alone 300 of us. Yeah, that's why I took it. That's part of the reason I took it. Ain't no big thing. But the main reason I took it was because the scripture says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. You remember when in the Holy Quran, when they was told to submit to the devil, the angels were told to submit to him, to Adam? When Allah said, I'm going to place a ruler in the earth, and he says, when Jacob said, I will place a ruler in the earth, he said to the angels, this is the, look at it now. Turn to it with me. The greatness of man and need for revelation. Even the title of that tells you that. You remember the devil said when he said, my punishment is greater than I can bear. And it shall come to pass that whosoever findeth me shall slay me. Huh? And so Allah set a mark on Cain, didn't he? Lest any finding him should slay him, huh? He respited him, didn't he? Now, so the man of sin been walking around here and didn't nobody know who he was. So he needed to be revealed. The need for revelation. Huh? Okay. Says, and when thy Lord said to the angels, I'm going to place a ruler in the earth. If he said, I'm going to place a ruler in the earth, that's what gods do. That's what minds do. They rule. You see, your mind is what grants you dominion over things that would trouble you. Is that right? Okay. And he says, they said, wilt thou place in it? Wilt thou place a mind in it? As will make mischief in it and shed blood? Been doing since he been. Matter of fact, he ain't the only one been making mischief and shedding blood. The Japanese, the Chinese, and the white man, all of them got a history of making war, don't they? Okay, making war, shedding blood, huh? And then all of them had some kind of desire to dominate the earth. Is that right? Okay. Well, that's what a mind that wants to that is told to take dominion. That mind wants to dominate. What the root word of dominion is dominate. Huh? Okay. Then he says, so if he wants to dominate, he better know how to fight, huh? How did he? Okay. He got to subdue people to dominate them. Is that right? Okay. And you notice they got all kind of ways they learn to fight and beat you up. Is that right? Taekwondo, uh, karate, judo. Huh? Yeah. And this man here, you remember, man was so proficient with that sword, and that that put an end to that, didn't it? And so this devil, he learned how to equalize himself. He didn't go through all that. He said, "I got something for you." Is that right? So, so he said, "Wilt thou place in it such as make mischief in it and shed blood? And we celebrate thy praise and extol thy holiness." What you know not, I understand. And he taught Adam. He taught the devil all the names. You know, a name, most people don't understand when you name a thing, when you really can name it, then you understand it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You notice when that's the first thing when I went into boot camp for the first time I heard the word nomenclature. And they gave us M14 rifles, and I should say they issued us M14 rifles. And I want to use the right word. You know, they issued us M14 rifles, and they taught us how to disassemble them. And they gave us the nomenclature, the names of the parts, the stock, the sear, the bolt, all of the different parts of it. And by being able to name all of those parts, it helped you to know how to disassemble and reassemble it. Do you understand? And you laid it out in such order where you could reassemble it even in the dark. You see, from left to right, or from right to left, however you laid it out. You took off, that's the first thing you're going to when you uh, put it back together. Huh? Yeah, and you just keep grabbing them parts. In the same order that you took them off, just reverse that and you put it back together. But the naming the thing gives you greater understanding of it. You notice. Look how it went. It says, and he taught Adam all the names. Now, I mean, I could, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He taught me that my my mind is a creator. He said the black man, he brings light where there was no light. He creates light. It's just like the name Adam. God gave that name to a ruler. He gave two Adams, the natural mind and the spiritual mind. Why call them Adam? Because they all were given measures of knowledge. And those measures was meant to be added unto everyone else. Adam, add a measure to others. Do you understand? And so he said, he taught Adam all the names, then presented them to the angels. He said, tell me the names of those if you are right. What was their response? They said, glory be to thee. The understanding be to you. We have no knowledge but that which thou hast taught us. Huh? Well, then they said, surely thou art the knowing one, the wise one. Then he said, Adam, inform them of their names. Huh? Now you see why I gave him dominion. Because I gave him something that I want him to teach you. Huh? Yes. And so let every soul be subject unto what? Unto Adam, the one with the most knowledge. Huh? Okay. Make to yourselves friends of the mammon of unrighteousness. Electrical engineering ain't gonna make you righteous. Uh, Medicine, the knowledge of medical science ain't gonna make you righteous. The knowledge of carpentry and brick masonry and metallurgy, it's not gonna make you righteous. But it is knowledge. It is mammon that you need to have knowledge of if you want to work with this physical matter that surrounds you and that you are composed of. Then you need to know something about how to deal with matter. So I'm going to turn you over to the dragon for a little while. Rich people used to send their children off to prep schools and all of that kind of thing uh, to and put them under strict guardians and whatnot. And sometimes, most of the time, it's women, and they call her the dragon lady because she was so hard on them. You understand? But they didn't like it. But what she was there to teach them, parents wanted them to learn. Well, what had to teach us, God wanted us to learn, or He wouldn't have made the devil and gave him dominion. Do you understand? Okay. And so He said, let every soul be subject unto higher powers. You see, that is the very nature of ignorance. The ignorant one, by nature, is attracted to that which is unlike, which is someone who is enlightened. he's the enlightened one doing something and it piques his interest. Do you understand? Hey, what are you doing? How you did that? Do you understand? You notice that's what attracts you to a magician. When he's seemingly doing something that you don't know how to do, you say, well, how did he do that? Is that right? Yeah. So this is that's what Yakub he knew when he looked at a lodestone and a piece of steel that had no piece of iron that had no uh, magnetism. The one with the magnetism pulled the one that had none to it. Huh? Honor like attracts. Huh? It's just like people from all over the earth. One of the things that makes more and more people start to listen to me. I don't care what they saying on the internet and talking about it's a few people. It's people watching me all over and listening to me all over the earth. Why? Because I know and that attracts them. You see, it's the very nature of the mind. You look at a baby. A baby come into the world, and once he get the use of his eyes and his head constantly looking around, and you know what he's thinking. I wonder what that is. I wonder what that is. I wonder what that is. Huh? In his little mind, he's curious about everything. He see you making noise coming out your mouth that you are talking, and he tries to imitate you. Well. You understand? Yeah, he trying to imitate you. But he ain't quite got it yet. Do you understand? But he knows that that sound you make it have some kind of significance. Huh? Okay. So so let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. That's why I took the vaccine. You see? So it's certain things that who when you ask me, well, why'd you do that? I don't know, or whatever. No, that's not an answer. That's not an informed. That's not an intelligent. That's not an adult answer. An adult should know why they did something, and it should be based on truth. If I tell you that the scientists at the CDC are are lying to us about the vaccine, and you ask me how do I know that? I can't tell you. Well, I saw this on the internet or whatever. Well, who saw it where? Well, there's a lot of people talking about it, and well, they say that it's poison. They say it's what is that's not facts. How many of them have studied this virus and can speak with authority on it? None. You saw an example of that with this doctor he's supposed to be a MD at uh, 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 with what's that Rand Paul? He's standing up there trying to argue with a scientist. Scientists are the ones who study and um, discover the the vaccines and do research and experiments. And once they come up with the medication or That's done in a laboratory. That's not done in a doctor's office. It's done in a laboratory. Most doctors, they understand that the medicines that they prescribed for you was given to them by the. And so history teaches you that doctors, they prescribe medications from higher powers. Do you understand? And they are told about side effects, if there are any. Do you understand? But oftentimes, the, the, the cure or the positive aspects of it may outweigh the negative. Do you understand? And so they will say, well, we will let you do this. Now, I'll grant you that because of the crooked politicians, the check and balance on the scientific community and on the pharmaceutical community, I'll put it like that. Because scientists, uh, they will tell the those over the pharmaceutical industry that, hey, this medicine, you got to tell people that this will do this to them and this will do that to them. This could harm the liver. This could do such and so. It can work on some people, but it's not for everybody. But there was a time when the pharmaceutical community on punitive damages. So they wouldn't put something out on the market that knowingly that has quite a few uh, dangers. But when they put a cap on how much they could be sued for, oh, well then it became a matter of doing math. Now, if they could be sued, say if the limit was 200 million of punitive, and they could make 2 billion off of it, and at most that they would have to pay, then it became a numbers thing, and that's what they've been doing. You understand? So Allah had to step in now. See, now you playing games with the lives of human beings, and so Allah gonna put a stop to it. Since you wouldn't put a stop to yourself, Allah gonna put a stop to it. He send this virus here, and there's plenty more where them came from. He told you, have you seen the treasures that's locked up inside that snow? The treasures of the snow and the treasures of the hail, have you entered into it? Which I have reserved for the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war, when the word is made flesh and he's walking among you, and in righteousness he is making war. He's judging and making war, and you plan and scheme to murder him and those who are with him. Got something for you. You think Allah disarmed us so you could murder us? Mm-mm. He disarmed us because he said, you don't need no weapons. You just need my word. You let me worry about who come after you with a weapon. Even if it's biological, you let me worry about that. I'll fix them. So, brother and sister, uh, fear not. It's like I have to remind many of you sometime you be sitting up fretting about something. I say, what you fretting going on for? You in the protection of Allah. Have faith in Allah. You worrying about what somebody's planning to do to you. There's people been planning to do all kind of stuff to me, and it's been happening to them. Don't be afraid of them. Be afraid of the God who told you to fear not. I am your God. Be not dismayed. I'm with you. No, be scared of them. They throw you in the fire, that's all right. Allah said to Abraham, be coolness to Abraham. Huh? So don't be afraid. Sleep well. When you lay down to rest, don't be worrying about nobody coming in on you. Ain't nobody gonna come in on you. I lay down here in Mississippi. I ain't got no guards around me. See? You see me ride up and down the street. Ain't no brothers hanging out around me to protect me. Why should I need some protection? I'm not out here trying to harm nobody. And woe to those who would try to. No. Don't be afraid. So all praise is due to Allah. So you just remember, keep up prayer. You know, a Muslim in his right mind is not afraid. On the true belief, nor shall they grieve. Huh? Walking around here calling yourself. How you call yourself around scared all the time? Scared of what? As the messenger said, a coward Muslim is not a Muslim. You know, you can spook cattle with a loud noise. Just spook them and make them run off a cliff. So that's how lions hunt. They see a herd of antelope, a herd of creatures. They spook them. And then the slowest ones, they do like that commercial, say, I don't have to outrun the lion. I just have to outrun you. Do you understand? Yeah. The slowest one. Because the herd ain't had sense enough to realize that the lion, he ain't trying to fight. He don't want no fight. He don't want all that. He's scared of all them that herd there. So he make a loud roar and he run at them. And they spook. And then he get them from behind. Okay. So, fear not. So, Allah is with me. And if you with me, Allah is with you. Now, so you got nothing to be afraid of. Be afraid to displease Allah. And let Allah worry about who's trying to do harm to you. Okay, let's stand and have prayer. Change. Hut. Original salute. Ready, front. Prayer position. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. And I bear witness that I know of none who deserves to be served or worshipped beside thee. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all holy praise is due and be to thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful Master of the Day of Requital. Thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech for help. O Allah, please continuously guide us and keep us on the right path and way, the straight path and way of thee and those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the crooked paths and ways of Satan and those upon whom thy wrath is or will be brought down, nor the foolish paths and ways of those who go astray or who are led astray, even after they have heard and been given the true understanding of thy holy word and teachings. Truly, I have again turned myself to thee, O Allah, striving to be totally upright, to thee who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. Truly, my prayers, my sacrifices, my life, and my death are all for thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate hast thou in this am I commanded, and I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King. I know of no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I've been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults and weaknesses. So please grant me and my true brothers and sisters continuous protection against all of our faults and weaknesses. For none grants protection against faults and weaknesses but thee. And guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts. For none can guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts but thee. And turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts. For none can turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts but thee. And O Allah, please keep us in our right minds at all times, and let us not be or turn hypocrites or cowards, and remove from us the evil state of mind and thoughts and actions of devils, and place within us the righteous state of mind and thoughts and actions of upright and righteous Muslims. And our Father Allah, in heaven praised is and be thy holy and righteous name. Let thy kingdom come and thy will be done on the earth, as it is written in the heavens. Give us this, the Sabbath, the understanding and hearts that will always be inclined to believe in and obedient to thy holy and righteous word. And forgive us our trespasses, And please help us to forgive those of our true brothers and sisters who may trespass against us. And leave us not alone during the times of temptation and trial, but please stand by us and deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdoms of the heavens and the earth, and the power and the glory over them are thine forever and ever and ever. Amen, amen, and amen. Attent, hut, original salute. Ready in front. You may be seated. I want you to remember that there are some people who are faking and forging cards as though they got vaccinated and whatnot. Don't you uh, be just trusting people. If they are my followers, if you are my followers, you have gotten your vaccination. Don't come around me and my followers and our children if you have not uh, taken the precautions that were given to us uh, by Allah through the scientific community. Don't come around us. Now I'm warning you. You leave us alone. I'm not endangering your family. I'm not endangering your life. I have taken the vaccine. I let you see me take it. And if you don't want to do that, that's you. Then you just stay away from us. You see, this is the parting between me and you. You see, that's the to show you. Now, even when I come around people that I'm going into a market or whatnot, even though I've been vaccinated, I still put a mask on. That is to show you that I don't mean you no harm. If I'm sick with it, I don't want to spread it to you. But you don't give a damn. That's not righteousness. That's wickedness. And you're going to get what you deserve. So, so the act of getting yourself vaccinated is an act of mercy. An act of mercy that you have sense enough to realize that a pandemic don't care who you are or what you believe in. If you see people dying from contracting a virus and Allah makes it available to you to get vaccinated against the transmission of that thing, Allah said He'd give them dominion over every creeping thing. Huh? Huh? But when the wicked and the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. And I say to all of these gossiping people and all of these liars with their theories and all their beliefs. That's all a theory is. It's a belief, and it's generally. There was a time when a theory had some facts that it was based on. Now people just get out and just outright lie. The same way they sit up and lie about what happened on January the 6th. You know they lying. The ones who lying know they lying. They don't care. All liars shall have their part in the lake that burneth with fire and brimstone. Allah gonna fix you. He told you. And he told me to give you warning from him. All liars shall have their part in the lake that burneth with fire and brimstone. Now, you who say that vaccine is killing people or whatnot, come in here and offer us the proof and where you got your information from that proves what you're saying. Come on. This is your chance. Come in here and give us your proof. Many of us have proof that virus is killing people because it has killed people that's in our families. On the one hand, you was running around here talking about the virus is a hoax. Well, if it's a hoax, why are you taking ivermectin? Why you got all of these home remedies for a virus that don't exist? You said that it don't exist. You liars. So the book says, all liars. Says, but the fearful. Let me show you. It's right here. I like to bring these things to you so that later on you can't come out talking about you didn't know this ain't that and this and that. This is the 21st chapter of Revelation. Now remember now, when Moses was told to go to Pharaoh, Moses was scared. He was fearful. He said, "Who am I to go to Pharaoh and tell him anything?" And the Lord was kindled against Moses. Why? He said, "You scared of him? You better be scared of me." Do you understand? And so Moses got over that fear quick when Allah told him, "I'm gonna go with you." Okay. So don't be fearful, brother and sister. Be bold. You remember when people was running around here talking about you don't want to go out and people know you're a Muslim because news people calling. What do I look like hiding from the devil? He the one need to hide. So says, but the fearful. This is the 8th verse. But the fearful and unbelieving and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. There it is. Yep.
Excuse me, Senator.
Yes, sir.
We have a comment. Well, I guess it's a question from Bauz Shil Malut. And he says, are you saying to take vaccines?
Say what?
Are you saying to take vaccines?
I'm telling you will help end this pandemic. Now, if you don't want to take it, don't. I don't know why you even asked me that question. I've been told y'all. I told you I took it. What you asked me that for? If you don't want to take it, don't. I'm not gonna beg you to do nothing. Y'all some silly people. Going over there with Farrakhan and all of them that's saying don't take it. Go on. Go with him. Anything else? So, but don't you come around me and my family. Yeah. I'm warning you. You stay away from us. If you ain't taking that vaccine, you stay away from us. Then just you go on. And I promise you, I ain't gonna follow you up and I'm gonna stay away from you. Yeah. See? So, I'm not a person who try to go where I ain't wanted. It's like when people was talking about integrating and whatnot. I ain't gonna go around. People don't want me around them. What I look like trying to move into a white community and they there saying, "Nigga, we don't want you." You ain't got to worry about it. I don't want to be there. I thought that was crazy. I didn't get mad at them for wanting to keep their community white. I got mad at them because they didn't want me to have in my community what they have in their community. He spent all of his time trying to keep us from being able to be successful in business, in education, in everything that he wants for his people. He don't even want to see us do it for ourselves. Oh, trifling nigga. Niggas come in all colors. Niggas. So, anyway, I ain't gonna get started. I'm getting ready to dismiss. So let's let you go. But anyway, let's be civilized. Let's do for ourselves and quit blaming our own faults on other people. Okay? When people show you that they hate you and show you that they don't, you don't have to keep on having to get it reproved to you. Unite with your own people and get away from these people. Join with me. And they run around here acting like if that we some kind of way is the reason they ain't got nothing, or the reason that these old poor white people are too lazy to go work and too lazy to do something for themselves, and then want to blame it on black people. Oh, trifling nigga. But anyway, and I'm gonna tell you something else. You better be careful about blaming me or my followers for something before you know who did it? Thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor. I'm warning you. Allah gonna stop your heart from beating. You're gonna visit the doctor and you're gonna get some news that you wasn't expecting. Keep on hooking and crooking and slipping around doing evil. There's some stuff gonna go on inside your body that you didn't know was going on. Let every man have done in his body according to that which he hath done. So now you keep on tripping. You're gonna trip yourself right into the ditch. They used to call a grave a ditch, you know. So anyway, I would take the blame for what I'm to blame for. But don't be blaming me for something that I didn't do. So let us treat others like we want to be treated. You'll notice you ain't hear no white people say that I disrespect them or my children or my followers is out there disrespecting them. We ain't disrespecting them. The jails ain't full of my followers. Well, we uh, we are law-abiding citizens of theirs. Hmm. I recognize this is his country, and I respect him. And if he know what's good for him, he'll respect me. Just remember, when the ruler dishonors people and shows disrespect to people, he is dishonoring himself. So, okay. So I'm going to let you go now, and you don't trust Allah's word. Well, I do, and I'll show you where what I've read. If Allah gave them dominion over the fowl of the air, the fish of the sea, and over the earth, and every creeping thing, in the 13th chapter of Romans, the first verse, let every soul, human being, be submissive unto those who are more knowledgeable than themselves. Huh? You know what the devil gonna say when the matter is decided? He's gonna say, Allah promised you the promise of truth. He said, I promised you and failed to fulfill, and I had no authority over you, except that I called you and you obeyed me. Huh? When someone don't have no authority over you, what that is saying, when you have understanding, your understanding gives you authority. When you have greater understanding, greater knowledge than someone else, you have authority over them. You have the ability to author their thought if they have sense enough to accept your authority. Do you understand? How many of y'all out there that's always condemning Dr. Fauci? How many of y'all know something about virology equal or greater than him? Now, unmute your phone and let me talk to you. Because I'll listen to you. You know, if you have equal or greater authority uh, in the field of the science of studying viruses, if you have greater authority than him or equal authority to him, I'll listen to you. I'll question you. I mean, you out there saying we shouldn't listen to him. I mean, well, do you have equal or greater authority than him? You have equal knowledge or greater knowledge than him? Or are you just like the devil said he is? He said, I had no authority over you. I just called you and you obeyed me. Allah has described everybody in his knowledge. He encompasses the disbelievers in his knowledge. You see, as you can see. See, everything that you do and say is written. You think just because a whole lot of people believe something that makes it so. And one time, a whole lot of people believed the earth was flat, and I mean, that was taught in school. But the scientists, people who studied truth, didn't accept that. Huh? Leaders are not people who follow the crowd. Leaders are people who can convince the crowd. Do you understand? Just because you walking in the front of a crowd, that don't mean you leading. I'll show you an example. Donald Trump, he's their leader, right? Well, when he told them they ought to get the vaccination, they booed him, and who followed who? He followed them. There you go. Talking with the crowd. That's the way a politician and that's the way politicians do. That's a politician. That's not a statesman. You knew he wasn't no statesman when you elected him. That's why you say you got to hold your nose and vote for him. And you still holding your nose from the stink that he done brought into your country. Now, instead of acknowledging that you were in error, you tell a bigger lie to cover up the first lie you told about him being some kind of savior for some. He gonna get a second term. He gonna get a such and all that. You liars. Hypocrites are liars. So when I hate you, as David said it, and I say it too. This is in the 139th chapter of Psalms. He said, remember, my Lord, I ain't like you. I can tell you who my Lord is. This is the 19th verse of the 139th chapter of Psalms. It says, surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O God, O granter of dominion. You will slay the wicked. Huh? It says, depart from me, therefore, you bloody men. You men who love to shed other men's blood, like that little crook. Left his, where did he let that boy come leave one place to go down there and shoot somebody? And now he on trial, they about to let him go. Yeah. Allah gonna fix you. Says, do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? And am not I grieved with them, those that rise up against thee? Yeah. It said, it says, I hate them with perfect. Perfect means complete. With perfect hatred. I count them enemies. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Understand that this is right from my heart. Lips. It's in my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. And see if there be any wicked way in me. And lead me in the way everlasting. Yeah. David was not uh, a liar. David was not a hypocrite. If you hate the truth, I hate you. Now, make no mistake. If you hate the truth, I hate you. Now, what?
Yes, sir. We have another question from Bauz, and he says, does the vaccine violate the book Eat to Live?
I'm not here to keep on going back and forth with you about the vaccine. If you don't want the vaccine, don't take it. You know, now you suit yourself. So, um, you know, that not submitting to me violate our Savior has a right. To us from how to eat to live. And why are you sitting up out there talking to me, trying to write notes to me, and I'm on the phone, and you could have just as easily called in and had a conversation with me? What are you afraid of, Mr. Hypocrite? Yeah. That ice that you skating on, it's gonna fall through with you in a minute. So,
Excuse me, sir.
what is
We
it?
have somebody else now. His screen name is NK, and he says, is Dr. Fauci a devil?
Is Dr. Fauci a devil? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, and I agree, all white people are devil, but they were given dominion. And the messenger said this of them. He said, there are white Muslims in America, and lots of them. You picks and chooses what you want to accept from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and that's why you don't humble yourself to me. It's because you try to pretend that you'll grab something that he said, one little thing that he said, and you don't grab the whole thing. You can't believe in some of what a messenger of God taught and disbelieve in the rest. You got to take it all. He said if one word he was teaching was a lie, he said it's all a lie. Are there white Muslims in America? Now answer me, Mr. Hypocrite. So he also said, if you say there goes the devil, then don't pattern yourself after the devil. Show the devil you are a righteous person. Do righteous people make judgments about people based on their skin? And Master Farad Muhammad was white. His skin looked white. His mother was white. Would you walk up to his mother and say, hey, devil, what you doing? The messenger said his father made a good Muslim out of her. Would you call a Muslim a devil? I remember the messenger corrected himself on that once. He said, I was sitting in the airport talking with the devil. He said, no, no, not a devil, a Muslim. Huh? Obviously, the person he was talking to was white. You see, these are people who try to pretend that they believe in things that they really don't believe in. That man don't believe in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's why he ain't following me. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told them, he didn't say, ain't nobody coming behind me but Farrakhan. He didn't say that. He said, ain't nobody coming behind me but God. I better tell you that. Now, if Farrakhan was what you thought he was, he'd be in here shutting my mouth. Like I shut his if he come in here. I'll let him host this and I'll shut him down. Just like Donahue. He went on Donahue and Donahue made mockery of him. And he sat there and grinned and laughed. Mr. Farrakhan, does God speak to you? Farrakhan said, you voice in my ear. He said, of course not. Of course not. And then Donahue told him, he said, well, then you don't have any special stuff that I don't have then, do you? And Farrakhan, they said, yeah, well, I don't know about it. And he grinning. Oh, man, y'all ain't about nothing. Seems like you sit up out there and writing notes. What are you writing notes for and you could come in here and talk? Because you are just like a frightened child, a mischievous child. You notice, I ain't over there. You don't hear my followers over there listening to what Farrakhan talking about. What you doing over here listening to me if you following him? What are you doing in here listening to me if you don't want to follow me? I tell you what you're doing. You can't rest. And you listening for the sake of a lie. So you can say, yeah, now I know he ain't the son of man. Now I know that. That's what you listening for. And that's why you got to keep listening. Because you ain't heard a lie yet. And it don't make no difference listening for a lie. So the truth just blow right by you. So you don't know no more when I get through than you did before I got started. So, and Allah gonna soon, he gonna put a stop to you. You mark my words. You wouldn't have been guilty if I had not spoke to you. So, just like in prayer service, what you doing in prayer service and you don't believe in me? What are you in here? Was you having prayer with us? Let me see. But that's how y'all roll. That's how the devil rolls, you know. Dylan Roof, where was he at? In prayer service with him, wasn't he? Plotting to murder them. Where he come in here? Come in prayer service. This loaded question here. Show me where the Honorable Elijah doctors and scientists. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said he believed in doctors. He had a doctor. So what are you talking about? I ain't never had no teaching from him that said don't go to doctors. So, these people. Of course, now I know you and L. Ron Hubbard, y'all, you, Farrakhan, and L. Ron Hubbard, and all of them, y'all got y'all's own agenda. So, but don't bring it in here. Yeah. Any more questions? And tell you what, when you hear me invite people to come in and talk to me, and they refuse, just erase what they talking about. You understand? I'll answer one question for them. Then I'll invite them to come in and talk to me. But if he that punkish, I don't. He need to stay going back into that little closet or wherever it is he been hanging out. Because when somebody gives me the opportunity to speak and express my disagreement with them, I will express it. If a person say, "Look, if you disagree with me, come on in and let me hear what your disagreement is." That's what men do. Men talk to each other. Let me tell you something. Boy, them boys that you talking about, most of them, they disrespect their own fathers and mothers. I'm just telling you. People ain't about nothing. They ain't about nothing. So trying to get some respect from them is like trying to get teeth out of a chicken. And I don't care how far down his throat you look, you ain't gonna see no teeth in there. so all right.
Sir,
Yeah.
Another one just popped up. He's not calling in either, but wants to type.
What?
Corey
I said I'd answer one. Oh,
yes,
no, Corey Pink again.
Yes, sir.
With his silly self. What?
He says, can you still get COVID with the vaccine?
I don't know, because people out here, it's people out here faking like they got the vaccine, like that football player they just found out. And they had some people on the highway patrol and all that. And they getting pictures of somebody's card and pretending that they took they make them a card and pretend that they got vaccinated. I know I ain't getting it. I ain't got it. Ain't none of my followers got it. That we know of. So I don't know. And we done found out that everybody that's carrying a card that ain't necessarily done got the vaccine. Watch this. Have you been vaccinated, Corey? What, is that a hard question? It don't take nothing but a N-O or Y-E-S. What?
He says no.
I don't know it. What the hell you keep? You ain't gonna get vaccinated, right? Well, ain't that right? Answer me, nigga. Once you ask me to prove that that's what you are, I said it. Come on, talk to me. You know why people don't get vaccinated? That's a niggardly act. They don't take into consideration the danger they may be putting others in. They only think about their self. That's what niggardliness is, a selfish person. Do you understand? I call them names and they don't even call me out because they know I can prove what I say. So that's what you get for coming in here talking crazy to me. You have no business coming in here juking at me. Boy, you can't argue with me about nothing. Because all you do is you like an old woman running with, they call them old wives' tales. You just run with anything you hear somebody say. That's what you expect from women. You don't expect that from men. And I, to the woman, I'm telling you what it is. Now you got men that's been raised by women, and most of them got a mind in them that's belong in a woman. Reactionary. You can't reason with them. You try to talk to them. They uh, punk out. Never seen so many men walking around uh, making statements that they ain't got no foundation for. Just anything come to their mind, they pop out their mouth. Then when you ask them, well, hey, what you say that for? Say what? You just said so and so. I didn't say that. Just making stuff up as they go. Now tell me something. If a person does not listen to their own words, do you honestly think they listening to yours? Now you see one another reason they are compared to dogs. They just go all day long barking at each other. You go on the internet and look at some of them Twitter and Facebook and stuff. All them people do is just throw insults at each other all day long. Bunch of dogs, hateful, hurtful, every unclean and hateful bird. That's what you see on the internet. I tell you what, if you think I'm go on there sometime when the president's speaking or when a congressman's speaking, don't make no difference who's speaking, and you'll see them on there insulting, throwing insults, huh? That's a bunch of devils, and they come in all colors. Just like that one that asked me, is Dr. Fauci a devil? That was a devil that asked me that. I mean, really, the messenger taught me about the devil. You know, the devil is the skunk of the planet Earth. Attitude stinks. And look at that. How many times I done got on them about writing notes? Huh? Did his attitude change and he come in and talk with me? He's a devil. You see? Yeah. Devisers of illusions. That's them. They convince themselves of a lie and then they start spreading it. That's what that virus does. It convinces you that you're all right and healthy because you don't feel no symptoms. Next thing you know, you get ready to eat or drink something and smell like cat urine or something. You, I don't, what's wrong here? Well, Allah told you He's gonna fix you. So, okay. So you go ahead, buddy boy, and to you is yours and me is mine. So We don't spend enough time talking to these nuts. So you need to stay out of our prayer service, though. Since you not my follower, prayer service is for people who want to have prayer with us and are believers. So you should not be in our prayer service. So never seen people that claim that they don't believe in you, but every time you look up, they the first ones in class. Huh? Why? That's what you notice. Lions hang out where they see sheep, and they wish that that shepherd would get out the way so they could get a hold of them sheep. Do you understand? Yeah. hmm See, they know if you're the real people of God, that you're their replacement, and that angers them beyond measure. Huh? So they got to try to kill you off. They got to try to make you disbelieve because you are the ones that's going to take over when Allah removes them. And they wish that they could make you wicked too so that there would not be no removal. But you can't change prophecy. We are all being changed. Me, you, who follow me, we being changed. You see, Allah is preparing us for what He wants to give us. So all praise is due to Allah. So may Allah bless us and keep us safe and in our right minds. And may He give the devil what he have coming, which is his well-bought doom. And so may Allah's Salam alaikum.